I'm making this video because I'm concrete about this. They got this far beyond in the bag for the win. Strictly for Kenneth at the radio fucking station. This is what this son of a bitch did. There's no way, just with a few words and me, Frankie, talking to over the phone, it was completely sabotaged. There's no one defending my mother. It is strictly putting her in her chicken hen and just stealing and playing with everything that they want. Frankie's not going to care. Frankie is not going to. He moved on, and the reason I can tell is because when he said, when I'm talking to him, and he was like, well, I gotta go pick up my daughter. His daughters are fucking old now. They're not kids anymore. And I know he's lying because he wants to avoid conversation. And he knows he fucked up. I don't think he fucked it. The abuse and everything was so traumatic and so fucking bad. It was bound to fucking happen. And it's just a toy land. What Robert Palomo and what Michael Palomo told Frankie and Julian was to poison their fucking ass to get them to sabotage my fucking mother. I know what I'm saying. This is just, it's a cakewalk. It's a fucking cakewalk. I know Frankie's not this. They know that all they have to do is get Frankie to just cover up for everything. Because that's the thing. As soon as you take my credit away and anything that ever happened, to disconnect from speaking on behalf of my mother in any way, and you put other people in charge, and they're gonna burn my mother to the fucking ground. There's no one that's protecting my mother. They're just there scavenging to take what they want, make their family where they want to put them, and then fuck you. I give the money over here, my kids. And the reason he knows, and the reason he said, I don't care, because he knows my sister's dead. See, I still don't blame Frankie. I believe it or not, I don't blame him. The reason I don't blame him is because he was trained that way as a kid. There's no fucking way that you weren't just gonna have to start hurting and fucking up everybody, knowing that you just because you want your credit as well. Why did he have to get raped so many fucking times and deal with all that shit and not get anything out of it, and then give it to another brother? Right? But he's in such a submissive situation, he had to be that way. They know this. Remember Michael Jackson? Remember President Barack Obama? There's no one. Fucking no one. This was a cakewalk. They could steal and take. Frankie isn't going to care. Look, I'm trying to talk right now, and they just shot me right here. Here on my arm. Making a muscle tissue twitch, just pestering me, training me. There's absolutely nothing, because Kenneth knew, and Ken Cooper, who's dead now, and Sarah, but Kenneth was the head runner of the whole situation because he milked the situation. Oh no, he did it for my mother. No, he did it for Michael Jackson. No, Miguel did it for Michael Jackson. No, Frankie's the one that paid for it. No, Ken Cooper's a police officer, but who really worked in law enforcement? There is no fucking way. There was no proper fucking burial at all. Frankie knows this, and he has a daughter. He has 2 kids. I don't know. My mother's twin told me he had, 3 kids. I want to say, I know he has at least 2 girls, but I don't know if he had a third one. He could have had a third kid. But this is a forfeited shit everything. They can steal and take and make up because Frankie has been trained to be that way, and it's put the money right over there for Michael Jackson or Barack Obama. That's exactly why. That's why Lindsay Wessinger's getting on the phone and said, remember how, don't worry, you'll overcome those situations, huh? and relate Frankie to fucking Barack Obama because Frankie's the one that fucked everything up. Oh no, it was Julian that was just a minor that fucked it. No, it was just your mother was stupid. No, it was just the rapes for Michael Jackson. No, it was just, Patricia Gadina for Michael Jackson. Oh, it was just mistake. Let me make up a story for President Barack Obama. There's no fucking way. I mean, this isn't, it's even hard to describe what I'm fucking, when I talk about how sabotage this fucking was, and it's still not Frankie's fault. Frankie can't make any decisions. There's absolutely not. He will, if he's willing to do that to that little girl and not say anything and talk about it, if he's willing to do that after she's dead and my mother, what do you think he's going to do next? Right, for Ken Cooper in the police department. Every single person has been fighting for him because because he just has to say it's okay. That's all he has to do, and then put the religion on there. I'm walking outside, every single fucking body's fighting for him because they know Michael Jackson. They know the president movement for the rapes, for the ass rapings my mother got. Because I'm telling you, I still don't blame Frankie. I know it's because of the shit that he went through. I know it is because of that. That is because exactly fucking why. You cannot go through that type of shit and think that you still want to prevail later in your life, knowing that you just have to start squandering shit because that's all you understood, because that happened to you. And Kenneth knew that. He's milking me the entire time. And so is Sarah, so is Kenneth, and so is Robert Palomo, and so is Michael Palomo. I don't talk to Michael Palomo at all. I don't. He's a half brother. He's a step brother. He's not a half. He's just a step brother. I've only met him a couple of times in my whole life. He doesn't give a fuck. He don't give a flying fuck about anything. But as far as Robert, he helped sabotage that situation because they knew about it. Because he found out. Because Sarah talked to him. And they found out about, because Robert Palomo, he didn't know about the house. He didn't know that they bought my mother a house and the twins. He didn't know about that shit. He called me after my dad's funeral like a couple of months later, and he was like, just don't worry about it, just don't worry about it. And this is what he told me over the phone. He told me this shit over the phone. He called me one day, and it was after my father's death. And he was like, just don't worry about it, just move on. That's exactly why. Because you put Michael Jackson right over at bartonpalomo.com at Wedding in New York, his business, remember all the gays, and go after Frankie. This was just easy, so easy for the taking, and whoever wanted to do away with my mother, when you talk about Auschwitz, completely wipe you away, and your shit and problems and things, exactly, exterminated. You don't even have an existence to what had happened, because there's no story shit. That's what President Barack Obama, this is what Kenneth did. He milked the situation the whole fucking time. I'm going to my job sites and all this. They knew this was for Michael Jackson. It is very... I can't say that I'm bitter. And it's just because it's too overwhelming. It's too overwhelming, I'm going to say. That's what I want to say, is just, it's too overwhelming that it's not that I'm bitter, it's, you fucked my mother in the ass and you laughed about it and you're lying to everything else about it. There's no hope. There is no fucking hope. At all. Because they know what was going to happen. They have to be able to squander any words, any sharing stories, any events, anything, and just burn the fucking clock down until that's what I'm going to take away from you. That's exactly, until somebody does the killing, somebody does the rape, somebody else does this, somebody else that, and then I'm going to give you this number, then I'm going to give you that number, then I'm going to give you that number, then I'm going to give you that number. But just burn it to the fucking ground. Just keep burning. Just keep throwing gasoline on it. Keep throwing gasoline. And just stay comfortable. And then let the faggots and the whites and the niggers and all the blacks and all the whites and the power of the white power run its fucking course. And then just, and I was accredited to all this shit. And they took everything. Not only took this money, they took everything. I'm the only voice my mother has. Because Frankie's didn't want to say, he doesn't want to go into the deepest details of it, and he's going to burn it to the ground. I know exactly what he's going to do, and it's these faggots and these people that are charging at me and coming at me, platooning his spirit, his new spirit, his existence and everything for Sarah and Ken Cooper. I told you. There's no one that's listening. There's absolutely nothing. There's no one that's listening. Absolutely doesn't care. No one's listening. It's just we get away with what we're gonna get away with and make up a story, and that's just the way it is. They're gonna make up a fucking story. My hard work, my suffering, my input, and everything that had ever happened squandered because they wanted for Michael Jackson. Because remember the rapes? Remember what you did to my mom? Remember that dead little girl that didn't get her funeral? Oh, it's real funny, Barack Obama, now for your niggers. That's exactly what that's for. No, it's for his whites, because remember, he's the first black president for the niggas. This is all about fucking racism. This is all that this motherfucker is and what they did. There's nothing that I can do about this other than an empty voice that my mother never got heard. That's it. It's just here. I'll pay for it. You got raped. I'll pay for the little kid's dead body. I'll pay for Michael Jackson. Kill Hector. Give him tickets. Keep sabotaging. We'll blame. Just keep sending everybody to attack me. Everyone to attack me. Spit at me. Control the and they just keep doing it and burning the clock down. That's all they're fucking doing. I don't blame Frankie. I know exactly. I'm telling you, I don't fucking blame him. I know I don't fucking. It's embedded in that shit of all the shit he went through, because he has to make a life of him for himself. He has to make a life for himself, or he's trying to, right? And he did. And whatever scavengers are coming, whatever the fuck you want, because that's their fucking table. To take away my mother's table. They're just waiting for me to develop cancer. That's why Taylor Swift's given a loaf of bread. I saw her on TV in an interview. Since I put a loaf of bread near the Jesus cross I had in my apartment, she built blueberry bread, and you know the little black spots all over her bread that represents cancer, and then gives the bread to the talk show host. So here you go, here you go. See, that's cancer, and you die, and then go over there and die. So whatever celebrities got involved in all this other shit, that's full-blown white supremacy. You know, they have the presidents and all that. They know they have to put their leaders in there, and that entertainment give with them what they want. You know, that's how they run their show. But I don't blame Frankie at all. They're using that harmful situation and what had happened, and all these people are feeding into, because it's just faggot movement. This is all, I'm telling you, this is all about the faggots and transgenders. When that doesn't work, then you go into the race situation, the prejudice, the white for the whites, for the white representations, and then for the blacks, because guess who did the favor right over there? So it keeps going back and forth to that same situation, but I don't blame Frank. I know it. I know exactly. I know 100%. He's gonna burn everything to the ground. They're gonna train him. They're gonna tell him what to do, and it's just because of the goddamn fucking president. And he's doing this to my mother. Motherfucker's doing this. He's fucking my mother in the ass like a stupid bitch. He's doing it to humiliate and destroy my fucking mother and what she went through. And he's calling it a fucking angel work, and he's calling it angel good this and that. He just wants to be praised. I know my father would be saying, you fucking nigger. That's what my father would be saying. And my mother would be saying that shit. It's just, you have so much money and so much power. Just steal whatever you want. And for the beggar, beggars aren't choosers. You only stick your hand out to what people can give you, because you don't have choices. You're not a person. I tell you what you're gonna fucking get. You know, that's why you're sending me all these psychologists to train me and do what you did to me, because you're doing that to Frankie. You did that to Julian. You got your faggots. They're all fucking gay. My mother's not gay. My mother's not a lesbian. Because you want your faggots to come on top.